And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network. I'm Jake DeLuca, bringing you another Heritage Conference softball matchup here at the West Shamokin Junior Senior High School. It's the Wolves taking on the Homer Center Wildcats here. West Shamokin coming off of their first win of the season, and if you weren't mistaken, you might think that it was a football score. Oh. I'll pull up the highlights to that last matchup here in a moment as we get prepared to get this one started here. But West Shamokin coming into this one 1-5, and from what I could come up with against or for Homer Center is that I found that they had an 0-3 record online, but I'm not sure how accurate that is, seeing that West Shamokin is 1-5. But the Wolves, like I said, coming off their first win of the season at Purchase Line, taking down the Red Dragons 21-15. So a lot of offense in that game. And if we take a look at the box score, Maddie Mcconnell had a heck of a game from the plate, knocking in 6 RBIs to lead the way for these Wolves. Lily Jordan recorded 3 RBIs. Those two were best on the team for that day. And McConnell, of course, will get the nod to start this game here for West Shamokin. McConnell and Lexi Young have kind of been the pitching tandem here for the Wolves. At first, it was just McConnell that was their only pitcher, and then Lexi stepped up to the plate. No pun intended there, and started to pitch. We got to see her last time out against Blairsville, where West Shamokin fell 14-3. But here, of course, looking to keep the rally going off of their first win, trying to make it 2 in a row, are the Wolves. So while we wait for opening pitch here, I'm going to take a quick break so we can hear from some of our sponsors here. Make sure you stay locked on to High Top Sports Network. I'm Jake DeLuca, and I will be right back.
Tired of waiting around for your insurance company to get back to you after a claim? Avoid the trouble and place a face to the name of all your insurance needs. Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, a member of TGIF Solutions, provides a wide range of services and can promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
And welcome back, everyone, to High Top Sports Network on this Schultes Roofing Incorporated game day here on HTSN. Of course, the visiting Wildcats will lead off here in the first inning. Well, top of the first, to be specific. Connell's first pitch in there finds the strike zone, I believe, so that'll bring the count to 0-1. Fetula will be the first one up to bat here for the visitors. That pitch brings the count to 2-0, so first pitch was a ball, not a strike there. McConnell loads up for pitch 3 of this at-bat now. The 2-0 pitch delivered down Broadway for a strike, so that brings the count now to 2-1. McConnell's next pitch in there for a called ball. 3-1. Now the count here for McConnell as she tries to work back into the count against Fetula. That one skips across the ground, and the first base runner of the day will reach first base on a walk. McConnell loads up for the second batter, shows bunt. That pitch high, Steele's coming in for second. That one Maybe a miscommunication there. The runner's going to go for third. Greedy there going for home, and she's going to get tagged out on the way from first to home there. So that'll be the first out of the inning there. Got a little greedy on the base pads there, did Fachula after the walk there. Nobody home at second base. She blows past second base. Could have made it to make it a stand-up double steal there, make it the whole way to third, but tried to push the luck. Tag was there in time, and now nobody on, one out. And that brings the count to 2-0 now for Kerr. Next pitch on its way. That one belted foul off the fence. That'll bring the count back to even at 2-2 for Kerr at the plate. Connell's next pitch. That one blooped up towards the first base line. Chasing after it that time was Haley Newell, but unable to get there in time. Another foul. The count remains 2-2. Nobody on, one out here in the top of the first. McConnell's next pitch swung on, a little ground ball out down the first base line. Foul again. Sakura is finding the ball. The location, probably something less than desired for her. And that one blooped up towards shallow center field. No, that one's just right into the infield for a pop-up out there. And making the catch was Lexi Young. So 2 outs now, top of the first. Nobody on here for the Wolves as the Wildcats bring up their next batter here. Up next for the visitors will be King. McConnell's first pitch of the at-bat outside, taken for ball 1. Next pitch on its way in there. Another ball brings the count to 2-0. Third pitch rather in there brings the count to 3-0. McConnell's next pitch high and outside for the walk. So King will take her base here, and that'll set up the cleanup hitter, Kishlock. McConnell sends that one in there to Kishlock. She lays off for ball number 1. Runner on first base. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Still nothing on the scoreboard. Diving back to first. She'll get there in time, keeping that base runner close to the base rather. That'll bring the count to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. That's McKenna Kishlock at the plate. 3-0 is the count. McConnell's pitch in there. That'll be a called strike. 3-1 as McConnell battles back into the count against McKenna Kishlock. Julia King on first here. Maddie McConnell sends that pitch in. The runner will go for second, and she will get there, does King. Went for the steal, but that would have been a walk either way, so that'll bring up the hitter out of the 5 spot. Hannah Sisek. So Sisek comes to the plate here. West Shamokin 1 out away from retiring the sides as McConnell digs back in at the mound. McConnell's pitch in there high, taken for ball number 1 as Hannah Sisek watches that one go by. McConnell's next pitch on the way, belted out towards third. Stepped on the base for the force out there. Let's see who's on third base here today for the Wolves. I believe it is Schulteis out there. Yeah, indeed, it was Allie Schulteis scooping up the ball and stepping on third base to retire the side. So that'll take us here to the bottom of the second. Or rather, the bottom of the first. Moving a little ahead of myself there. So nobody scored there in the top of the first. Still zeros on the scoreboard. And while we have a second, I want to thank some of our wonderful sponsors. And, you hear them on here. They give us support to come out here and it's supporting all the athletes out on the field. It's, supporting all parties involved, really. I'm just glad to have this platform for these athletes, and we couldn't do it without these sponsors. So I want to thank Battery Warehouse Plus first. Spring is here, and Battery Warehouse Plus is ready to power you and your family through any outdoor activity, work, or play. Whether you're in need of commercial, heavy-duty, industrial, or farm, Battery Warehouse Plus carries a complete supply of power sources so that you can get the job done right. Battery Warehouse Plus also stocks motorcycle, ATV, UTV, and boat batteries so that you can enjoy all the outdoors has to offer. Best of all, they'll never sell you a new battery until they test your old one first. Check out Battery Warehouse Plus in Katanning at 13613, State Route 422, or visit their Butler location at 469 West Cunningham Street. Battery Warehouse Plus, your one-stop battery shop. So out there getting the nod, starting at pitcher rather for these Wildcats will be Maya Fachula. Newell will lead us off here for West Shamokin. Newell watches that first pitch come in for a ball. So she's ahead in the count to start us off here, 1-0 at the plate. Newell watches that one go in. That'll even the count up at 1-1. Fachula delivers that one high, looked at by Haley Newell for another ball, brings the count to 2-1. Newell, the leadoff hitter here for West Shamokin. That one cracked by Newell, heading out to left field. That one dropping in for at least a single. She's going to slide down, and that will be a leadoff double for Haley Newell. And that's just about as good as you can start it here if you're West Shamokin, getting your leadoff batter in scoring position. Up next here will be Lydia Mcelwain, the center fielder here for West Shamokin. Fachula Sends that one in, bunted there by Lydia Mcelwain. That one will go foul, though, and that'll bring the count to 0-1 off that first pitch. Fachula's second pitch of the at-bat in there, swung on. That one will go behind the catcher there and send Haley Newell all the way to third base. So the leadoff hitter here for West Shamokin on third base now. Nobody out. No balls, 2 strikes here. That pitch outside the strike zone there, taken for a ball. It'll bring the count to 1-2. Maya Fachula sends that one in. That one low and inside, taken for a ball, so that'll even the count back at 2-2 as Lydia Mcelwain battles back in the count. Fachula's next pitch high and swung on for the K. That'll retire Mcelwain and send up Lexi Young, the shortstop here for the Wolves. She'll try to score Newell, who's on third, as one's away. That first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count for Fachula on the mound. Or rather, sorry, that's not Maya Fachula. That is actually Emily Marshall. My apologies. That one drops in. Third baseman there unable to track that one down. Unfortunately for the Wildcats there, that'll put runners on the corners. It looked like a routine fly ball there, but Lexi Young will reach first base safely. And just one out here for the Wolves. Up next here, the cleanup hitter who had quite a day the other day against Purchase Line, Maddie Mcconnell. She'll look at a first pitch ball, and Lexi Young will take off from first base and steal second. So now you have 2 runners in scoring position. Great place for West Shamokin to be in here in the bottom of the first. 1 out, 1-0 is the count. That one hit on in the gap towards center field. That'll score Newell from third, and now you'll have runners on the corners again as Maddie McConnell able to get a single there. That pitch outside. McConnell will just jog over to second. This Wildcats not really threatening to throw out the Wolves here on the bases so far early on in this one. Every base runner that's made it to base is stolen. Newell was able to get all the way to third. She stole twice. Lexi Young stole second. McConnell just stole second on the pitch before last. Count now even at 1-1 for Allie Schulteis. That pitch looked at there for a strike. Schulteis thought about bringing the ball or bringing the bat around, decided not to, and now that'll bring the count to 1-2, 1 out. Runners on second and third here for West Shamokin. Marshall's next pitch hit there, taken in by the left fielder, and that'll retire the second batter here for West Shamokin. Runners still on second and third as Lexi Young wisely stays on third base. Didn't decide to tag up on that shallow out into left field. So 1-0 is your score here. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Up to bat now is the catcher, Grace Schreckengast. That one in there for a strike, so Marshall will start off the count ahead, 0-1. Marshall sends that next pitch in there, swung on and missed, so quickly behind 0-2 is Grace Schreckengast. Schreckengast hits that one foul out the first base line, outside of the fence. So she'll remain at 0-2 in the count. McConnell on second, Young on third. 0-2 is the count, 2 outs. Marshall's next one goes in there low, looked at for ball number 1. That'll bring the count to 1-2 for Schreckengast at the plate. So, back even on the count now as Schreckengast watches a ball go wide. Yeah. So 2-2 is your count. 2 outs, 2 on. Marshall's next pitch into the dirt, and Young will go home, and McConnell will go on third. So now a full count, 3-2 for Schreckengast, and another run across the board there as Lexi Young crosses home plate on the pitch that went behind to the backstop. So the Wolves able to take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Just a little blooper off the bat, foul. Now they're showing 2-2 on the scoreboard here, but I could have sworn the count was full here for Grace Schreckengast. They're going to keep it at 2-2. Swung on and hit out to shallow right field, dropped out of the glove of the right fielder. And another run will come across. So 3 runs scored here on the single out to shallow right field by Grace Schreckengast there. Trying to change the score here for you. First pitch in there, swung on, hit out of play outside of that first base line. So up now to bat is Rachel Ciccone. Count lays at 0-1, 2 outs. Runner on second base as another stolen base is on the board here. Grace Schreckengast able to take second on that last pitch. That one hit back up the middle, taken in by the shortstop, thrown over to first, and that will retire the side here. So after 1 inning, it is West Shamokin 3, the Wildcats nothing. As we head to the top of the first inning, while we have a second, I'm going to thank some more of our wonderful sponsors here on HTSN, without whom we wouldn't be able to provide you this service and just enjoy the weather out here and call a great softball game so far. I want to thank the Franklin Village Shop and Save and Fuel Center. The weather is warming up, and you know what that means. It's time to grill it. Stop into Franklin Village Shop and Save and Fuel Center and grab all your grilling essentials. Right now, boneless, skinless chicken breast or thighs are buy one, get one free. Same goes for boneless center-cut pork loin chops and 15-ounce packages of Ballpark Franks. Both buy one, get one free. A value pack of 75% lean ground beef is just $1.99 a pound. And don't forget to stock up on drinks with 3 2-liter Pepsi products at just $5 and 8 packs of 20-ounce Gatorade bottles, 2 for just $11. Always save on gas with fuel can't talk today. Always save on gas with fuel perks. Come on into Franklin Village Shop and Save and Fuel Center today. So, heading into the top of the second inning, let's take a look at who's going to be starting us off here in the at-bat here for the visitors. Looks like it will be Isabella Bentz starting us off here in the top of the first. Right around the middle of the order. Bentz hitting out of the 6th spot here for the Wildcats. McConnell set to pitch here. First pitch in there for a strike, so McConnell will start out ahead in the count here, 0-1. McConnell's next pitch on the way. Looked at down low for a ball. That'll even the count at 1-1. Next pitch in there. Looked at for a strike, so that'll bring the count to 1-2 here for McConnell. McConnell's next pitch on its way, swung at for strike 3, her first K of the evening for McConnell. So 1 out. Nobody on here early in the top of the 4th inning. Next up to bat here for the visitors. Looks like it'll be the pitcher, Emily Marshall. Pitch taken high and just kind of high, not one way or the other. 1-0 the count here for Marshall. McConnell's next pitch in there, low and inside for another ball. So Marshall quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. McConnell delivers the next pitch, kind of a defensive swing there from Marshall at the plate, as that one tracks foul, and it'll bring the count to 2-1 here. McConnell's next pitch, taken in there low for a ball, brings the count to 3-1 here for Maddie McConnell. McConnell's next pitch swung on right back to her. That'll pop up to Lexi Young, and Young will make the out. Bobbled the ball there for a second, but was able to regather herself and make the play there at first. So that'll retire the first 2 batters here in the second inning. So far for West Shamokin in these first 2 innings, it's been pitching and defense. McConnell still, she's walked 3, but no hits recorded yet so far in this one. McConnell's first pitch into the dirt, bouncing to the backstop there. 1-0 to start us off in the count here. And at the plate, it'll be Elena Fabin. Fabin swings at that pitch, evening out the count at 1-1. McConnell's next pitch, high and inside there, taken for a ball, brings the count to 2-1, 2 outs, nobody on here for the Wildcats at the top of the first, or top of the second rather. Another ball there brings the count to 3-1. McConnell reapproaches the dish, sends that one in, and they're going to call that one a strike, so that'll bring the count to full 3-2. And McConnell with a chance to retire the side here with this next pitch. And that one will extend the inning as Elena Fabin takes the base. One runner on now, 2 outs here for the Wildcats in the top of the second. That'll send up next to the plate Brianna Zenisek. And Fabin able to get the steal at second, so now the Wildcats with a runner in scoring position for Zenisek. McConnell's next pitch in there, swung on for a strike. That'll even us out at 1-1 in the pitch count. McConnell's next pitch high. That'll keep the runner at second. Wait, maybe. She's maybe caught there in a chase down. That one thrown right into Lexi Young's glove there. Fabin able to make it back to second base safely. McConnell's next pitch taken high for a ball. That'll run the count to 3-1. Fabin on second. 2 outs in the top of the first here. McConnell looking to battle back in the count here from the mound. She dishes it. That one popped up in the infield. Camping under it will be Newell, and that will retire the side. So after 1.5 innings, we head to the bottom of the second. West Shamokin still leads it 3-0. While we have a second, I want to thank some more of our wonderful sponsors here on High Top Sports Network on this Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game day on High Top. I want to thank Phoenix Physical Therapy in Katanning and Rural Valley. Life is all about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy in Rural Valley and Katanning will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. Your life should be pain-free and filled with the activities you love, and with the help from Phoenix, you can get there. Schedule 24/7 online at phoenixphysicaltherapy.com or call today to make your appointment. So Marshall and the Wildcats head back out onto the field for their second defensive stand of the game here, you could say. In that first inning, Emily Marshall allowed 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and struck 1 batter out. She threw 27 pitches, 19 of which were strikes, so definitely locating the strike zone early in this one is Emily Marshall for the Wildcats. First pitch there, fouled by Molly Kaplan. Almost back to the top of the order here. It'll be, in this half inning, it'll be Molly Kaplan, Maria Young, and then back up to Haley Newell. Count at 0-1 rather to start us off here. Next pitch high, so that'll even the count back at 1-1 here for Kaplan. Marshall's third pitch of the at-bat popped up in the infield. Camping under it is the third baseman, and able to make the play there was Hannah Sissick, with the pop fly out there for the Wildcats. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll send Maria Young up to the batter's box. Young showing bunt. She gets it down. It's going to be a foot race to first base. She does not beat out the throw. And so quickly, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for the Wolves as we head to the top of the order, and Haley Newell will take to the batter's box. Newell in this one is 1 for 1. He's got 2 steals on the day as well as just a run as well. Newell swung on that one. She was loading up, looking for power on that swing. Instead, it'll start her off 0-1 in the count. Emily Marshall goes back to the dish here for Homer Center. Marshall delivers that one. Newell hits that one well into left field, and she will take her base. So that's two singles hit out to that left field area for Haley Newell. So far in this one, 2 for 2 from the plate, and that's exactly what you want from your leadoff hitter there. I'd look for her to steal second. Definitely not a surprise at this point that West Shamokin will be looking for the steal. Shows bunt. Trying to beat out the throw. Will she get there in time? No, that one was close, though, as Lydia Mcelwain called out on the play, and that will do it. A quick second inning there from both sides, really, as we head into the top of the third. West Shamokin still leading it after that productive first inning, 3-0 here on High Top Sports Network. And while we have a moment here, I'm going to take a little break here and hear from some of our sponsors, so keep it locked on to HTSN. I'm Jake DeLuca on this Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game day at West Shamokin High School.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ryan Bowser in Ford City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back, everyone, to High Top Sports Network. Jake DeLuca here, ready for the top of the third inning. McConnell on the mound here for the Wolves, and up to bat now for the visitors will be Sierra Richards. Can't tell if that's an I or an L. I do believe it is an I. Yes, Sierra Richards at the plate. First pitch strike, and Schreckengoss showing off the stretch there, saving that one from hitting the backstop. Brings the count to 1-1 now here for the Wildcats. Two and one now the count after that ball was looked at there by Richards. That'll run the count to 3-1 on the ball. McConnell trying to work her way back into the count here. Throws that one, and that will be struck foul. That'll run the count full at 3-2. Nobody out with a leadoff hitter at the plate here in the top of the third. McConnell's next pitch rolls in there for a ball, so Richards will take her base, and the Wildcats will start off with a leadoff runner on first base. Back to the top of the order here. That'll be Maya Fechula. Fachula shows bunt. That one will be taken in by Schulteis, and she gets it over there in time. Can they get the double play? And they call her safe. Or Grace Schreckengoss going all the way over to third base to try to make that play. So one out there. Nearly a double play, but the runner will stay on third. That runner, of course, being Maya Fachula. So a runner in scoring position here on the sac bunt. That'll bring Julia King to the plate here. She looks at a first pitch ball thrown by McConnell. Maddie McConnell back to the dish for the second pitch of this at-bat. Gets her swinging there. King now 1-1 in the count from the batter's box. Runner on third, one out. 1-1 is the count. That pitch just a little outside there, called for a ball. 2-1 now the count here for McConnell on the mound. McConnell's next pitch high. That'll run the count 3-1 here for McConnell. McConnell's next pitch gets King to swing. That'll run the count back to full. Payoff pitch coming up here for McConnell. That one in the dirt. Batter will take her base there. And a chase down situation, perhaps. They're trying to make West Shamokin make a mistake. That one thrown home. And the runner stuck in between third and home. Will they be able to get her down? It's a chase down here. Back home, the tag is on, and they get her out. So 2 outs now gone here. What a play there by the Wolves. 1 out to go now. The issue is, though, there's still a runner on third base there, as that chase down allowed King to safely reach third base. But at least for the Wolves, that rules out a sacrifice situation to score the runner from third. You need a fair ball here to even think about scoring that runner from third now. So a little pressure off the pitcher, Maddie McConnell. Up next to bat will be McKenna Kishlock. She was walked in the first inning. Next one, and the first pitch there fouled off. 0-1. Runner on third. 2 outs here. Top of the third inning. Got 3 games going on here at the same time. Of course, if you're watching us, you know that it's the Wildcats and the Wolves in a softball bout. We got the Wildcats and the Wolves in a baseball bout. My friend and colleague Joe Rhodes calling that across the way from me here. And then, of course, Josh Schreckengost is at Armstrong for some softball. And McConnell gets strike 3 swinging. That'll retire the side. And we'll still sticking at 3-0 for the score. West Shamokin certainly will be looking to add on to that. Had a productive first inning. We're shut down quickly, 1-2-3 in the second. We're back towards the top of the order here, I believe. Up to bat for West Shamokin as we head out of the inning will be Lexi Young. Indeed, it will be. She's batting out of the third spot. The shortstop here for these Wolves. And while we have a second in between innings, I'm going to take some time and thank my sponsors here. I want to thank the official social media sponsor of High Top Sports Network, TGIF Solutions. It's the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency, the Brad Johnson Agency, the Vody Agency, and McMahon Brothers Insurance. They can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. TGIF Solutions specializes in all types of insurance, from auto, home, family, business, farm, and commercial. Visit tgif.solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance that's right for you, now and in the future. So, Lexi Young will head into the batter's box and take her swings here to lead us off here in the bottom of the third inning. Her team has a 3-0 lead. That first pitch swung at, popped up to the catcher, and a quick one pitch out there for the Wildcats to start the inning. Doesn't get much more efficient than that. So up next will be the cleanup hitter for the Wolves here, batting second in the inning, Maddie Mcconnell. A chance to help her own cause out here. Looks at a pitch low. 1-0 the count here for Emily Marshall. Marshall delivers the second pitch of the at-bat. That one swung on, popped up, and out of play. So that'll even the count back at 1-1 here for McConnell at the plate. Official calls a timeout here. Not sure what he's pointing at. He's pointing down the first base line and just telling the next batter up, I believe that's Allie Schulteis, to step inside the cage or step inside the fencing there. Regardless of the case, 1-1 is the count. One out here for McConnell. She swings on that one. That one popped up and foul behind the plate, so that'll run the count 1-2 here as Marshall steps back to the pitching circle. 1-2, one out for McConnell at the plate. Marshall delivers the 1-2 pitch, swung on, hit for a ground ball to shortstop. Stretching out there for the out there was the first baseman, Bentz. And now 2 quick outs here for the Wildcats as Schulteis takes to the plate. We're flying along here. Pretty quick innings in this one between these two Heritage Conference teams. Marshall delivers the first pitch, called a strike, so she'll start ahead in the count from the mound. 0-1 for Schulteis at the plate. Schulteis is 0 for 1 at the plate, looking for her first hit. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted out to left field. Shallow left field. That one will drop in for a base hit for Schulteis, and the inning will continue as the Wolves stay alive here. Up next to bat, though, for West Shamokin will be the catcher, Grace Schreckengast. She got a hit in the first, was it the first inning or the second inning? I believe it might have been the second inning, so she is already 1 for 1 on the day, is Grace Schreckengast. She'll look to add to her resume here at this at-bat. Marshall's first pitch of the at-bat, low and inside. Schulteis will stay put on first base here. West Shamokin has had a good deal of success on the bases today when it comes to the steals department. Marshall delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one inside. That runs the count 2-0 as Schulteis reaches second safely with a stand-up steal. So now if you're Grace Schreckengast, just power one into the outfield. You have a chance to score. Allie Schulteis here from second base. The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike, so that'll run the count 2-1 here. Marshall with 42 pitches thrown so far through 3 2/3 innings. Or through 2 2/3 innings, rather. Swung on, belted to the shortstop, thrown on to first, and that will retire the side. So heading into the fourth inning, West Shamokin still holding on to that 3-0 lead they built in the first inning. Almost called it the first quarter there, but it's been a while since we called baseball. Or this is baseball. Basketball. So as we head to the top of the fourth inning, West Shamokin leading 3-0. I want to thank some of our sponsors here on this Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game night, or game day, I guess you would call it. And of course, Schulteis Roofing Incorporated, they've been installing in commercial low-sloped and sloped roofing systems for over 23 years, and they've evolved to become one of the most experienced roofing contractors in the state of Pennsylvania. They're your number one choice in commercial roofing services. Contact Schulteis Roofing Incorporated today at 412-828-7192. Schulteis Roofing Incorporated, here for all your commercial roofing needs. I also want to thank Deer Trek Golf Club and Event Venue. Nestled amongst the pristine farmland and rolling hills between Katanning and Rural Valley, Deer Trek Golf Club offers a 9-hole course, driving range, and 2-story event barn. Check out their daily dinner specials and catch the game on the big screen. Whether you want to hit the links or grab dinner and drinks, Deer Trek Golf Club and Event Venue is the place to be this spring. And we head back to action here, top of the fourth inning, starting us off at the dish here, or at the plate, rather, for the Wildcats will be Hannah Sissick. First pitch in there for a ball here to lead us off in the top of the fourth. Next pitch in there high, runs the count to 2-0 for McConnell on the mound. McConnell delivers the 2-0 pitch. Schreckengoss stretching out. Home plate umpire saying thanks. Didn't really feel like taking a pitch to the face cage there. McConnell delivers the 3-0 pitch. That one outside and low. And Sissick will take her base. Up next to bat, Isabella Bentz. She's 0 for 1 on the day. McConnell delivers that pitch inside. Runner stays put at first base. Count at 1-0. Nobody out. Runner on first for Homer. So it's the bottom of the fifth for the baseball team at West Shamokin. The Wolves are up 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth as a pitching change is coming in. My good friend Joe Rhodes, who's calling the game across the way, just informed me. Count now at 2-1 here for Isabella Bentz. Bentz looks at that pitch. Called strike. That'll even the count up here at 2-2. McConnell delivers that pitch, popped up high to shallow right field. Newell trying to camp under that one, can't get to it. That throw on to second in time for the out. A tough place to be for the base runner there. Not sure if you can go or have to track back to first, but either way it results in an out, and that's the first one away here in the top of the fourth inning, as Sissick was caught at second base. So next it'll be Emily Marshall here for the Wildcats, the pitcher, with a chance to help her own cause out there. And that one nicely fielded by the second baseman. That will retire the side. Let's see. That was a great out there by Haley Newell. Looks like they might have made a change. I could have sworn Haley Newell's on first there, but now Lily Jordan at first. So maybe they switched those two up. Either way, what a play there from Newell to retire the side there as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. And while we have a second, I want to thank Carson Boyer Funeral Home. After losing a loved one, you can trust the funeral directors at Carson Boyer Funeral Home Incorporated to help you celebrate your loved one's life. Their staff has experience planning a variety of funeral services and can assist your family in honoring your loved one, no matter your personal preference, budget, culture, or religion. Carson Boyer Funeral Home Incorporated prides itself on serving the rural valley community and surrounding areas with compassion, dignity, and respect. Moving right along here, that 3-0 lead holding up from the bottom of the first for the Wolves here. Up to bat first for West Shamokin. It'll be Rachel Ciccone. She's playing out in right field today. Looks at that first pitch for a ball, does Ciccone. So 1-0 is the count. Marshall delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on, belted out that first base line, out of play. And oh my goodness, a youngster chasing after the ball just face plant, but he got the ball. You got to love the hustle. There's a future baller right there. Oh, man. Took it in stride, though. Next pitch on the way from Marshall. That one sneaks past the third baseman and will get in there for a single, and now extending that to a double on the throwing error. A chance to go 3, and Ciccone will end up with a single, but extending it out to a triple on the error. And with nobody out, West Shamokin with a great chance to extend their lead here, really on anything hit fair or a sacrifice play. So up next to bat here, that'll bring up Molly Kaplan, I believe. Or no, Lily Jordan. So there was indeed a substitution in between that last inning and on the defensive side, and now we're seeing that expressed in the batter's box as Lily Jordan is at the plate. She had 3 RBIs, I believe, in their win over purchase line. Jordan pops that one back out of play, so that'll even the count up here at 1-1. No outs. Runner on third base is Rachel Ciccone. Jordan looks that pitch in for a ball. That'll run the count at 2-1 here. Emily Marshall with 50 pitches, or 51 pitches thrown, rather, through this one so far. Marshall delivers the 2-1 pitch. Jordan fouls that one off again. So that'll run the count at 2-2 here. The 2-2 pitch. Jordan pops that one out towards the outfield. And the right fielder able to come down with that one. Making the play there was Elena Fabin, but the runner will score, so the sacrifice play pays off, and West Shamokin adds another run to their tally, bringing the score up to 4-0 in favor of the home team. So I believe that'll bring Maria Young to the plate. She belts one out to left field. That one taken in there by Julia King for the second out of the inning. And quickly, 2 outs in this one. Back-to-back batters popping out to opposite sides of the field. But that'll bring us back to the top of the order here. And Haley Newell, who has 2 for 2 for the day, gets ready to take her strikes. Marshall delivers that one. That one falls in for a strike, so that'll lead Newell off with an 0-1 count. 2 outs, nobody on here for the Wolves. Newell cracks this one to the second baseman, and that will be a routine out to retire the side. So, heading into the top of the fifth inning to be specific, it is West Shamokin 4, Homer Center 0. I got to try to find my mouse here to change the inning. I did it. Little peek behind the curtain here for you guys at home. And while we have a second, I want to thank some people. I want to thank Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, located at 151 North McKean Street in downtown Katanning. They feature an unrivaled meat selection, and they deliver quality ingredients at the most competitive prices around. Be sure to sample the chef-made sushi, always prepared fresh daily, and be sure to stop in for Sushi Madness every Wednesday for just $5. Pick up a homemade grab-and-go meal, take home a delicious custom hoagie, and remember to check out Sprankle's Facebook page to #SaveOnMeat. And I don't want to sound like a broken record here. If you're not new to the high top life, you know or you might not know, but I'm a big fan of Sushi Madness. That has become a staple for my Wednesday afternoon lunch. $5 for spicy tuna rolls. I mean, that's my go-to. Go to the spicy tuna roll. Can't beat it. McConnell's first pitch in there, a ball, 1-0 will be the count to start us off here in the bottom of the fifth. Or top of the fifth, rather. Excuse me, getting a little ahead of myself there. McConnell's next pitch in there for a ball, 2-0 the count now. So the batter will take their base with a leadoff walk here to start us off in the top of the fifth. Throw to second, not in time there as the steal gets there. So a runner in scoring position here for these Wildcats. That one belted out to right field. That'll hit off the fence. Foul will be the call. 1-1. That'll make it the count now. Two and one, the count for McConnell. pitch high, runs the count to 3-1. Nobody out. Runner on third now. That pitch swung on low for a strike, brings the count to full. And McConnell battles back in the count to get the first out of the inning. My game changer's down right now, so bear with me here while I wait to see who comes up next to bat here. First pitch taken there for a ball. Trying to see who's up here. Second pitch outside. Ball 2. That one in there for a strike. It'll run the count 2-1 here. So we're back to the top of the order here. Maya Ficciula in there. Up 2-1 in the count. Make it 3-1 as the runner comes home on the wild pitch. She'll get there, and the first run will come across for the Wildcats in this one. So up next to bat will be Ashlyn Kerr. Trying to find my mouse on the screen here. There we go. So full count here for Kerr, I believe. Or no, rather, Ficciula's still in there, and she retires Ficciula. So now it'll be Ashlyn Kerr in the batter's box here for the Wildcats. They trail at 4-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. McConnell still pitching strong here. 83 pitches thrown so far in this one. So McConnell will start Kerr off with a first pitch strike there. Ahead in the count now, 0-1 from the pitcher's circle. McConnell's next pitch in there low, taken for a ball, evens the count out at 1-1. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. McConnell's next pitch, that one well high. Hits the backstop there, and that'll bring the count to 2-1 here. Connell's next pitch in the dirt runs the count to 3-1. Try to battle back now. in the count here. 2 outs, nobody on. Ashlyn Kerr digging into the batter's box here. McConnell reapproaches the dish. Lets that one go, and that one gets in there for a strike, so she'll run the count back to full. 3-2. And McConnell's next pitch in there for a ball. That'll walk Kerr. And up next for the Wildcats will be Julia King. King in this one still looking for her first hit. Was walked twice in this one, so she has a perfect on-base percentage. McConnell allowing just 1 hit and 1 run in this contest so far. 8 walks, 4 strikeouts for the starting pitcher here for the Wolves today. Through 4 2/3 innings. McConnell delivers the pitch. That one taken outside. It'll run the count to 2-0. McConnell's next pitch on the way outside. Another ball, 3-0 now. It runs the count. Runner on first. Pitch number 4 of the at-bat. Taken for ball number 4, and that will advance the runner to second base as Julia King takes first. Now runners on first and second here. 2 away. Now the play, if it's hit fair, you can play it on play 1 through 3rd, whichever advantage is the best there for you. Knoll coming up to McConnell, giving some words of encouragement here. As McKenna Kishlock heads in. First pitch is a strike there for McConnell. McConnell's next pitch in there for a strike. Are they going to get the runner in a chase down? They will. Throw on to second. Did she get there in time? She did. So the runners advance to second and third. And now 2 runners in scoring position here for the Wildcats. They have a chance to make this a 1-run game with a good knock in the outfield here by Kishlock. She's even in the count, 1-1, 2 away. Runners on second and third now. McConnell delivers the pitch. Strike, swinging. 1-2 now the count for McConnell on the dish. Kishlock digs in, looks at a ball. That'll bring the count back even, 2-2. Straight 2s on the scoreboard here, on the top at least. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one cracked into the glove there of Newell, and she makes the play. The second baseman retires the side on the infield pop-out. That'll take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. West Shamokin still leads at 4-1, but the Wildcats not going away, able to get their first run on the board in that inning. Up for West Shamokin, it'll be Lydia Mcelwain, Lexi Young, and Maddie Mcconnell. So 2, 3, 4 in the batting order. Due up here for West Shamokin. And before we head into the bottom of the fifth, I just want to thank Ryan Bowser, State Farm Agency. Buckle up with State Farm and to find auto insurance that fits you and your family's needs. Agent Ryan Bowser can assist you with all of your auto insurance needs, from collision and comprehensive to rental and rideshare. State Farm is the largest auto insurance provider in the United States, and Ryan Bowser can help you find the plan that's right for you and your family. Contact Ryan Bowser today at 724-763-9331. First pitch in there for a strike for Lydia Mcelwain. Marshall with 57 pitches thrown. McElwain pops that one foul into the pines behind the home plate. Run the count at 0-2, so quickly behind here is McElwain. She'll try to battle back into the count here. But I'm sure Emily Marshall has different plans from the dish. She sets. Delivers the 0-2 pitch. That one outside, high and away. So McElwain now 1-2 at the plate here. Still looking for her first hit is Lydia Mcelwain. Pitch taken for a ball, so McElwain battling back into the count. 2-2 now as it evens up. Pitch in there, down and inside, so McElwain battling all the way back into this count, making it full 3-2. Leadoff hitter here for West Shamokin in the bottom of the fifth. McElwain looks at a low ball 4, and she will take her base. So the Wolves start off with a leadoff walk. It's a dangerous at-bat there for a while for McElwain, but she was able to battle back in the count down 0-2 to take the walk, and now that'll set up Lexi Young. She's 1 for 2 for the day, has a run scored, so she'll try to advance the runner on first. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Lydia take the second base here. That one blooped into shallow left field. And that's a single. That'll put runners on first and second. As up to bat now is Maddie McConnell. She can help her cause here with a nice blast out to the outfield. With one runner in scoring position, if she gets a nice blast out to it, if it reaches somewhere around the fence, she might be able to score the runner from first base. We'll have to wait and see as Marshall delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. McConnell hits it right up in the gap between first and second. Heading home will be McElwain, and she will get in there safely. The throw misplayed there, and that'll advance the runners to second and third. So one across on the single there, on RBI single, I should specify. Both players able to reach the next base over on an error, on a throwing error, that is. If I can find where the heck my mouse is at on here, then I can change the score. There we go. Found it. So make it a 5-1 West Shamokin lead. Still haven't changed it on the big board out here, but somebody definitely crossed home plate there. Did they call her out? Who knows? Another runner coming across. Lexi Young will score from third, and McConnell will move up to third. Well, now it's 5-1, so yeah, they must have called McElwain out at home. So either way, 1-0 is the count. 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Lexi Young was able to trot home safely. Allie Schulteis up next to bat here, or up to bat rather, for West Shamokin. I think that we have a substitution coming on here, or something. There's a discussion between the Wildcats head coach and the home plate officiant. Well, while they figure it out, might have a couple position changes out on the field. While we have a second, I want to thank some fine folks that help us out here on High Top Sports Network. I want to thank B&D Powder Solution with locations in Charlotta and Roaring Springs. B&D Powder Solutions is a leader in spray foam insulation, polyurethane coating systems, and containment systems, and has proudly partnered with Hearth to provide their clients with plenty of financing options. See your personalized monthly payment options within minutes without affecting your credit score. There are no prepayment penalties and no home equity is required. Just fill out the form on their website, bepsinc.com, to find out your financing options today, or call Jason Elkin at 724-840-5204. Well, they're still trying to figure it out on the field here. I think that they might have had to change a catcher, actually. Nope, I don't think that's the case. Not sure what they're discussing over there, but indeed we will have a pitching change. So Emily Marshall's day is done. We'll give you the final line on her stats here. In 4 1/3 innings pitched, she allowed 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which were earned, walked 1, and struck out 1 as well. Trying to see the number out there for, not that it would do me much good, I don't have numbers, but just trying to see if I can't piece it together. 13. I remember that because that was my number when I played, and that's Julia King. So Julia King will take over here for Emily Marshall. While we have a second, and take a quick commercial break, but keep it locked on to High Top Sports Network. This is a Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game day here on HTSN. If I could find my mouse, maybe. Oh, there it was. It's jumping around on me. There it was for a second. Well, you know what? We're going to stick around here. Allie Schulteis up to bat. Count at 1-0. So that pitch looked at for a ball. 2-0 is the count. Maddie McConnell on third base. 1 out, 1 on. Schulteis looks at another one. That one a strike, so that'll bring the count to 2-1. 1 away, 1 on. King's next pitch in there for I want to say that was a ball. Runs the count to 3-1. Schulteis 1 for 2 on the day from the batter's box. That'll bring the count to 3-2. Full count now here for Schulteis. King delivers that one high for a ball, so Schulteis will take her base. Runners on the corners now, excuse me. So after Schulteis, we have Grace Schreckengast up at the plate. She has gone 1 for 2 with a ribby in this one so far. King sends that one in, and stealing second base easily there is Schulteis. 1-0 the count, 1 out, 2 on, 2 in scoring position. Kings' next pitch inside, called for a strike, evens up the count at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th at West Shamokin High School. Kings' next pitch low, taken for a ball. Runs the count to 2-1. King delivers the 2-1 pitch high, runs the count to 3-1. West Shamokin with a 4-run lead, looking to add on to it here. As I mentioned, Schreckengost at the plate. Lays down the bunt, sacrifice bunt, caught the defense sleeping, and not even a sacrifice bunt, but Grace Schreckengost able to get to first base in time, beats out the throw, and now runners on the corners once again. Now a 6-1 game in favor of West Shamokin. So Grace Schreckengost's bunt will send Rachel Ciccone in here. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She had a nice blast earlier in this one, out to, I believe, if my memory is serving me correctly, it was out to straightaway left field. That one hit the first, a foot race. Not going to get there in time, but the sacrifice play there will extend the West Shamokin lead to 7-1. Now with 2 away, West Shamokin with a 6-run lead, so doing some more damage here in this inning. Two outs, runner on third. Wild pitch, and Grace Schreckengost decides to stay put on the third base bag. Lily Jordan looking for her first hit of the match. She came off the bench earlier in this game. That one inside, called a strike there, so that'll even up the count at 1-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Wolves with a 6-run lead here on this Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game day. King sends that one in. Jordan belts it right to shortstop, bounces off her glove, and another run will score for the Wolves. I think they're going to chalk that up to a hit and not an error. That was a tough ball to play from kind of bouncing off the ground there. So Lily Jordan gets her first hit of the day, and it's an RBI single. So West Shamokin up 7. And that'll take us back to the top of the order, I believe. Or no, rather, Maria Young hits that to short, trying to beat out the throw. That one, an error. So Maria Young will get the hit, and that'll put 2 runners on here with the back. Oh, now back to the top of the order with Haley Knoll coming up to the plate. Runners on second and third. West Shamokin leads it 8-1. Knoll 2 for 3 on the day. She scored a run in this one so far. As King tries to get her team out of this inning. That one taken high for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here. Pitch in there, swung on, hit to the second baseman. Throw in time there, and that will retire the side. So West Shamokin, let's see here. They put up 4 runs in that inning to take an 8-1 lead over the Wildcats here. So West Shamokin, winners of their last game at Purchase Line, trying to extend that winning streak to 2 here. And they're in a pretty good spot heading to the top of the 6th inning. So while we have a second, I'm going to take that quick break I talked about last inning. We'll be right back after this quick message. Stay locked on to High Top Sports Network. I'm Jake DeLuca on the Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game day.
Tired of waiting around for your insurance company to get back to you after a claim? Avoid the trouble and place a face to the name of all your insurance needs. Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, a member of TGIF Solutions, provides a wide range of services and can promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
And welcome back, everyone, to High Top Sports Network. Heading into the top of the sixth inning, West Shamokin leading it big, up 8-7. They beat Purchase Line 21-15 in their last game, and they're putting up the offense here, scoring 4 runs in that last inning in the bottom of the fifth to double their lead, basically. McConnell delivers that first pitch in there for a strike. The leadoff batter here will be Sisic. Hannah Sisic, to be specific, rather. 1-1 is your count here. McConnell up to 102 pitches here on the day. McConnell delivers the pitch, that one high. Runs the count to 2-1. McConnell delivers the 2-1 pitch, swung on, brings the count to 2-2. Sisic was the recipient of a walk in her last at-bat. 0 for 1 on the day in the hitting department, though. She's looking for her first hit. McConnell delivers the 2-2 pitch for a strike, swinging. That will retire the first batter of the half inning. And a quick meeting at the mound here for McConnell. High fives all around there, as she strikes out her 6th batter of the evening. And up next to bat, a new face in the lineup. It'll be Brianne Ginter. McConnell delivers that pitch, bouncing for ball number 1. That'll lead us off with a 1-0 count here. 1 out, nobody on. McConnell delivers that one high and outside. Grace Schreckengoss showing off the athleticism from that catcher position once again. The reaction time from Schreckengoss behind the plate is second to none in the games that I've gotten to see her play. She's able to extend that glove out and snag the ball out from anywhere around the plate. Next pitch in there for a called strike. That'll even the count up at 2-2. Or rather, no, that'll run the count to 2-1. Excuse me. Put the cart ahead of the horse there. That pitch in there low and inside. Ball 3. That'll run the count 3-1. 1 out, nobody on here for the Wildcats in the top of the 6th inning. That one low, so Ginter will take her base here. At her first at-bat of the day, results in a walk. 8-1 ball game, top of the 6th. 1 out, 1 on. Believe that sends Emily Marshall to the plate. She'll hit that one to short. And that'll get there in time for out number 2. Runner will advance 90 feet to second base, however, so Ginter on second. 2 outs. Up next for the visitors will be Elena Fabin. 2 outs, 1 runner on second. So Fabin swings at that first pitch, gets a strike in there. Fabin has walked twice, scored 1 run, still looking for her first hit of the day. Technically 0-0 from the plate. That'll advance the runner to third base. Schreckengoss thinks about throwing it, but holds the ball there. Looks like we have another pitcher warming up for the Wildcats across the way here. That pitch taken high and outside for ball 2, runs the count to 2-1 for Elena Fabin at the plate. McConnell delivers the 2-1 pitch. That one belted out to left field, chasing after it, but that one falling beyond the glove of Maria Young. Sent into the cutoff, but that will score a run. So the Wildcats put another one on the board and make this a 6-point game, or 6-run game rather. Partner in crime Joe Rhodes over here reporting a You want to give the people the rundown real quick? I'll hand this over to Joe Rhodes, and he'll tell you what happened in the baseball game.
Sorry there, Jake. I'll just let you folks know, 4-3, West Shamokin coming away with the victory over Homer Center today. Homer with a comeback bid in the 7th, scoring 3 runs, but the tying run stranded at third base after Isaac Ollinger was able to force a ground out. So that was it. The Wolves victorious on the baseball diamond here, and as I can see here, the girls on their way to that as well.
Yeah, Joe, thanks for that. Sounded like it went down to the wire over there. Of course, that game available for rebroadcast right now after this game. If you want to check that out, I, of course, don't want you guys to go anywhere as the count is now run to 1-1. Here as Zenisek is up to bat. She's 0 for 2 on the day, looking for her first hit. Count now at 2-1. Here for Zenisek. Two outs, runner on third base. That pitch runs high, bringing the count to 3-1 here. Swing came around, couldn't check the swing in time there as Brianna Zenisek runs the count to 3-2. Payoff pitch here. Chance to retire the side here for McConnell on the dish. 3-2 pitch in there. Swung on for a strikeout. McConnell notches strikeout number 6 of the day. Thought she had 6 already, but nope, that's strikeout number 6. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 6th inning. West Shamokin leads it by 6 runs, up 8-2. I'm going to take a quick break here, but don't go anywhere. On this Schulteis Roofing Incorporated game day, I'm Jake DeLuca. You're watching High Top Sports Network. We'll be right back.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ryan Bowser in Ford City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back, everyone, to HTSN. Jake DeLuca here, bringing you the action. Before we get started here in the bottom of the 6th inning, I want to take time to thank Steffi's Country Catering. With over 40 years of experience, Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian provides sumptuous home-cooked food served by a friendly, professional staff to make your next event worry-free. Ask about their grazing tables and 3-tier cheese ball cakes. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Terra are available by order, and be sure to check out their Facebook page for weekly Sunday takeout specials. Mention High Top Sports Network to receive a special 10% discount when you book your next event. And those Sunday specials, man, they go fast. So if you want them, you got to get in there early. And it's just great food. I mean, they go so fast because the quality speaks for itself. So that's Steffi's Country Catering. Remember, mention High Top Sports Network to receive a special 10% off discount when you book your next event. So getting back to the action here, I believe, let's see, is Julia King still out on the mound here for the Wildcats? That is the question, because Homer was warming up another pitcher outside of the fence here. So we will see. Yes, Julia King will continue her pitching here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Just realizing the 6 is a little cut off for you, so let me fix that for you real quick. There you go. I'm a magician. And she will beat out the throw. Leading us off there was Lydia Mcelwain. Got the bunt down there. Able to reach first safely. That's the second bunt that West Shamokin's laid down and reached safely on. So definitely something up their sleeve. And McElwain will head to second, sliding in safely. And at the plate now is Lexi Young. She's 2 for 3 on the day, is Lexi Young. She's been seeing the ball well from the plate. See, that's a bit of an understatement here when you're 2 for 3. 0-1 is the count. King delivers the next pitch. That one inside. It'll spring McElwain free to take third base. So McElwain in scoring position. If Young can get a bat on the ball here, you got a sacrifice opportunity, or if you just hit it fair, you got an RBI if you're Lexi Young. That'd be her first of the day if she gets a knock here. Julia King throws that one. Young belts that one out to right field. Will it stay fair? No, it won't. That one dancing with the foul line there, but just going over. So that one definitely would have been at least a single. I think that Lexi Young might have been able to stretch that into 2, but now she finds herself behind. 1-2 in the count here. Nobody out. Runner on third base. That is Lydia Mcelwain. One and two remains the count here as King reapproaches the pitching plate. King's next pitch low, taken for ball 2. That'll even the count back up at 2-2. King's next pitch on the way, belted right back at her to straightaway center field. That'll be an RBI single for Lexi Young. That ball trickles through the shortstop's glove there. Young thought about extending her run to second base, but wisely decides to stay on the first base bag and increase this lead to 9-2. Pitch on its way, swung on right back to the pitcher. Chance for a double play. Ooh, that one almost went over the head of Ginter there at first base, but that will record the first out of the inning, rather. Chance at a double play there, but instead he got a runner on second base. That's Lexi Young with 1 out, and up next to bat. Well, grounding out there was Maddie McConnell, so up next to bat will be Allie Schulteis. Schulteis 1 for 2 with a walk in this game as well. Watches that first pitch go by for a ball. That'll start us off with a 1-0 count. Schulteis watches that one go in for a called strike. It'll even the count back at 1-1. Wolves with a 7-run lead, 1 out. Runner on second base. Schulteis at the plate. She cracks this one to third. Glove down. Thrown on to first. Will get there in time and retire the second batter of the inning. So 2 out. Runner on third base now. As up next to bat after Schulteis will be the catcher, Grace Schreckengost. Julia King delivers the first pitch of the at-bat low for a, well, no, they call that one a strike, so first strike looking there for Grace Schreckengost. King delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one hit right back at her. Finds a way to trickle into center field. So a single and an RBI single at that for Grace Schreckengost, as she is now 2 for 4 from the plate with 3 RBIs. So a great game from the plate for Grace Schreckengost today, as that brings it up to a 10-2 lead here for the Wolves. And able to get there in time is Grace Schreckengost as she steals second base there, beating out the throw. So that'll put Grace Schreckengost in scoring position as Rachel Saccone is up to the plate. 0-1 is the count. King delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one on the ground. It'll advance Schreckengost to third, and she'll stand up safely at third base with another steal. With 2 outs, there's another wild pitch. I wouldn't be too surprised if they just send Grace Schreckengost from third. 1-1 is the count here for Saccone. That pitch low, and they will send Schreckengost, and she will get there in time. So make it 11-2. West Shamokin leads it. So base is empty now with 2 away. Saccone ahead in the count, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. That'll even the count back at 2-2. West Shamokin's offense certainly coming alive over these past 2 games as it stands right now. 11 today so far, 21 in their last game. So that's 32 runs in their last 2 games here for the Wolves. As that will retire the side here, and we'll head into the top of the 7th inning. West Shamokin leading big, 11-2. While we have a second here, I'm going to throw it over to commercial, but keep it locked on to High Top Sports Network. I'm Jake DeLuca, and I'll be right back.
Our meat crew has our meat cage standing tall every day. We cut fresh every single day. We have great quality. We have great prices. You don't want to miss out, so make sure you come down and check us out. And also, look for our Facebook page, #SaveOnMeat. We have a ton of great giveaways every week involving meat. You're not going to want to miss that either. We also have Chef Paul prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesdays, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing on our Facebook page a Sushi Madness shirt. Thanks for all the support out there, everyone. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
And welcome back, everyone, to HTSN. Jake DeLuca here, bringing you the top of the 7th inning, a chance to be the final frame here. If West Shamokin can hold strong, not a betting man, but a 9-run lead seems pretty safe. McConnell will look to finish the game out on the mound here. It's not really a mound, rather a circle. I think for it to be a mound, it has to be elevated. But I'm not a, what would that even be, a geographer? When they study mounds? Somebody can let me know. I think we're going to have McConnell finish out this game. There's an extended meeting at the mound here. While we have a second, though, I want to thank some people. I want to thank Phoenix Physical Therapy in Katanning and Rural Valley once again. Life is all about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy in Rural Valley and Katanning will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. Your life should be pain-free and filled with activities that you love, and with the help from Phoenix, you can get there. Schedule 24/7 online at phoenixphysicaltherapy.com or call today to make your appointment. And McConnell will indeed head back to the dish. Maya Ficciula will lead us off here, starting off with a 1-0 count, 2-0 count rather, for Ficciula. McConnell's next pitch in the way low. That'll run the count to 3-0. She'll have to battle back in the count now. McConnell finds the strike zone there. Runs the count to 3-1. Maya Ficciula still looking for her first hit of the ball game. She has walked twice, struck out once. She'll hit that one, lined out foul there. Fan nearly making the catch there, but slipped right between his fingers there. That'll run the count full 3-2 here for Maya Ficciula. McConnell delivers the 3-2 pitch. That one fouled off behind the plate. So Ficciula will stay alive here. McConnell delivers the 3-2 pitch in the dirt, so that will get Maya Ficciula to first base on the walk, her second walk of the afternoon. And that'll set up Ashlyn Kerr, rather. So we started this inning at the top of the order. That pitch high. Ficciula thought about stealing second, quickly retreated back, as that would have been a prime position to throw out second for Schreckengoss there behind the plate. McConnell's next pitch rolling in there. Ficciula hungry for that steal, but she'll wait another pitch here. That'll bring the count to 2-0 here. McConnell delivers the 2-0 pitch. That one in there for a strike, so that'll run the count 2-1. Pichula will stay put on first base. The 2-1 pitch on its way. That one low. Run the count to 3-1. And another walk, so back-to-back walks to lead us off here in the top of the 7th for McConnell. She's thrown 132 pitches so far in this one. That'll bring up Julia King as there is a quick visit on the mound. See if they choose to switch over to Lexi Young here. Head coach Anna Laszlo pointing at Lexi Young. High five exchange, so I think that might be what we're seeing here. But again, don't want to speak before that decision is made. While they talk it over on the mound, I'm going to take a quick break here, so keep it locked on to High Top Sports Network. I'll be right back.
Tired of waiting around for your insurance company to get back to you after a claim? Avoid the trouble and place a face to the name of all your insurance needs. Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, a member of TGIF Solutions, provides a wide range of services and can promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
With over 40 years of experience, Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian provides sumptuous home-cooked food served by a friendly professional staff to make your next event worry-free. Ask about their grazing tables and 3-tier cheeseball cakes. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order, and be sure to check out their Facebook page for weekly Sunday takeout specials. Mention High Top Sports Network when you book your next event to receive a special 10% discount.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ryan Bowser in Ford City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back, everyone. Lexi Young warming up in the pitcher circle. While we still have a moment here, though, I want to thank some more people. Spring is here, and Battery Warehouse Plus is ready to power you and your family through any outdoor activity, work, or play. Whether you're in need of commercial, heavy-duty, industrial, or farm, Battery Warehouse Plus carries a complete supply of power sources so that you can get the job done right. Battery Warehouse Plus also stocks motorcycle, ATV, UTV, and boat batteries so that you can enjoy all the outdoors has to offer. Best of all, they'll never sell you a new battery until they test the old one first. Check out Battery Warehouse Plus in Katanning at 13613. State Route 422, or visit their Butler location at 469 West Cunningham Street. Battery Warehouse Plus, your one-stop battery shop. Lexi Young's first pitch in there for a ball. Second pitch on its way, runs the count to 2-0. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th inning. West Shamokin with a 9-run lead. Young trying to close this game out. Sends that one in there. Run the count to 3-0. Thought that one might have been a strike, but just a little too high in there. Fourth pitch in there is a ball, so that will load the bases here for the Wildcats. And up next to bat will be their cleanup hitter, McKenna Kishlock, with a chance to do some damage on the scoreboard here with bases loaded. Young's pitch in there, bounces to Schreckengast for the 1-0 count. Kishlock still looking for her first hit of the game here. Has reached base once and struck out once. Walked once and one strikeout. That one in there for a strike. So Lexi Young getting her first strike on the board, coming in here in relief of Maddie McConnell. 1-1 the count, nobody out, bases loaded. Delivers another strike there, runs the count to 1-2. So Lexi Young starting to find herself in the pitcher circle. Young's next pitch in there, low for a ball that will even the count at 2-2. Next pitch high in there. Full count now, 3-2, as Kishlock stands tall in the batter's box. Payoff pitch on its way, swung on, a chance at 2 to home, back to first, not in time, but they saved the run from crossing home plate, and it'll stay at 11-2, 1 out, base is still juiced. Up next is Hannah Sissick for Homer. Young delivers the first pitch, swung on. So that'll start Lexi Young ahead in the count, 0-1. 1 out, bases loaded. That one blooped out to center field. McElwain will scoop it up, trying to throw it home, but she won't beat the throw. 2 runs will cross the plate there, and Homer Center not rolling over yet. Now just a 7-run lead here for West Shamokin. So Sissick gets her first hit of the day. Now that'll send Ginter to the plate. 1 out, first pitch in there for a strike. Runners on first and second. That pitch high in there for another ball, runs the count to, or rather the first ball of the at-bat, 1-1. Double play is in play here for West Shamokin. Right down Broadway for the strike. That'll bring the count to 1-2 now. On Young's 14th pitch of the inning. 14 pitches for number 14 through this one so far. That one in there, swung on for a strike. Lexi Young gets the backwards K there, and that will now retire the second out. Just a regular K. Just a straight up K. Joe Rhodes filling me in with the knowledge. My baseball lingo, not as good as my other sports maybe, but boom. Backwards K, strikeout looking. In there for a strike. So Lexi Young just throwing fire right now in the top of the 7th. Next pitch on its way. That one taken high. It'll even the count at 1-1. 2 outs. 2 runners on. First and second are where the base runners are. And that one will bounce up. The runners will stay put as Grace Schreckengoss tracks that ball down around the backstop. 2-1 now the count here for Lexi Young in the pitching circle. Up to bat now, number 2. No name for this young lady, but she'll take a swing at that one. Even the count out at 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Whole bunch of 2s. And that one hit up the first baseline foul. So the mysterious number 2 will keep her count even at 2-2. Swung on that one, hits the fence along the first base line, so She'll stay alive. 2-2 remains the count. Lexi Young looking to punch out the final batter in this one. That one belted foul again. Count remains 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Sissick on first, Kishlock on second. Number 2 in the batter's box. That pitch high, it'll run the count full, 3-2. And the payoff pitch on its way, bouncing in there for a walk. So the bases once again loaded as the inning continues. So I believe up next to bat will be Elena Fabin. Indeed, that is number 8, Elena Fabin. Swings at that first pitch, so 0-1 is the count to start off Fabin. Cracked up to the second baseman, and the tag is on there, and West Shamokin walks away 11-4 winners over a Heritage Conference foe in the Homer Center Wildcats. So back-to-back wins for West Shamokin. 32 runs scored in their last 2 games. I'd say the offense is clicking. But today, you know, as much as the offense was clicking, I have to give my Deer Trek golf course and event venue player of the game to the starting pitcher out here for West Shamokin, Maddie McConnell. She got them through 6 innings, allowing just 3 earned runs, struck out 6, and she didn't allow a hit, even only 2 hits allowed for McConnell, and I don't think she allowed a hit until the 3rd inning. So, Maddie McConnell, you are our Deer Trek Golf Club and event venue player of the game. And, you know, after a full day of some baseball and softball, I'd say we're about ready to retire for the day. So, it's been a fun one. I hope you all tune back in tomorrow. We got some volleyball on the docket. So, for myself, Jake DeLuca, and the High Top Sports Network team, we bid you adieu on this Schulteis Roofing Incorporated